Supply chain.
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 Supply Chain Management with GDP Season 2, and this time it's bigger and it's better. We will pick up from where we left off and continue to discuss industry best practices, current affairs, effective leadership, and the latest innovations in the world of supply chain. The podcast is aimed at explaining the concepts of supply chain in the leanest way possible, one of the most efficient shows where you will listen to me covering through various important topics across the supply chain domain. I'm your host, Gagandeep Prabhu, currently working at Ernst & Young in their supply chain and operations consulting practice. So let's just jump right into it then. Welcome to the final episode of Supply Chain Management with GDP, where we explored key industrial aspects of supply chain. It has been an incredible journey to bring you 10 episodes of thoughtful conversations and insights. Throughout this podcast, we have delved deep into key topics such as end of life, last time buy, NPI, supplier relationships, sustainable supply chain, diversified, agile, circular supply chains, also logistical topics including 3PL, 4PL, 5PL, as well as some warehousing topics including FIFO. And I hope our discussions have provided you with valuable knowledge and perspectives. From the very first episode to this final episode, I have aimed to inspire and inform our listeners, and I hope that I have succeeded in doing so. I would like to start off by taking a moment to thank FeedSpot for featuring my podcast, Supply Chain Management with GDP, on the 25th position on the recent Top 70 Best Supply Chain Podcast list. It is an incredible honor to be included among so many other talented and innovative podcasters. The podcast here came in with a lot of dedication and hard work, and it means so much to see the effort recognized. Your support and recognition have given me a new sense of motivation to continue producing high quality content and pushing to new heights. You can find the link of the list of other podcasts in the description. For today's topic, we'll be talking about something really special, and it comes personally from me because this is something that have been reached out to the most on LinkedIn so far. It is supply chain consulting. I will walk through different aspects about supply chain consulting, also what would be an ideal candidate for supply chain, and also what are the different types of interview or typical questions that you get. So let's get started. What is supply chain consulting? Supply chain consulting is a professional services that help organizations improve their supply chain operations, which includes management of resources and activities involved in supply chain all the way from sourcing, procurement, production, logistics, till distribution of products and services. Supply chain consultants work with businesses of all sizes and industry to identify areas of improvement, develop strategies, and implement solutions that enhance supply chain performance and drive business growth. Some common areas of focus for supply chain consulting include supply chain strategy, where consultants such as me work with businesses to develop and implement supply chain strategies that align with their overall business objectives. Network optimization, consultants analyze and optimize supply chain network to improve efficiency, reduce costs, and increase customer satisfaction. Inventory management, consultants help businesses develop and implement effective inventory management practices to optimize stock levels and reduce waste. Logistics and transportation. Consultants provide expertise in logistics and transportation management, including carrier selection, route optimization, and performance tracking. And supplier management, where consultants help businesses to evaluate and manage suppliers, including supplier selection, negotiation, and performance monitoring. Overall, supply chain consulting is focused on helping businesses improve their supply chain operations to create a more efficient, cost-effective, and competitive business model. So, if you are interested in getting into supply chain consulting, here are some steps that you can take that I would recommend. Number 1, gain education and experience in supply chain management. A bachelor's degree in supply chain management, logistics, engineering, or any other related field can be helpful. However, some consulting firms may require a master's degree or an MBA. You can gain practical experience by working in a supply chain management role such as procurement, inventory management, or logistics. Develop a strong skill set. I know that's a very generic advice, but supply chain consultants need a combination of analytical, problem solving, communication, and project management skills. You can develop these skills through coursework, internships, or on the job experience. Third, research supply chain consulting firms. This is one of the most important aspects. Look for the consulting firms that specialize specifically in supply chain management and research their areas of expertise, client base, and company culture. You can also reach out to current or former employees to learn more about their experiences in the firm. Fourth, network and build relationships. I know you would have heard this a lot, especially in the United States, but attend industry conferences and events, join professional organizations, and connect with supply chain professionals on LinkedIn. Building a strong network can help you learn about the job opportunities and gain insights into the industry. For example, my job at EY was also because of a network that I built and the relation that had grown over time. Apply for entry-level positions. Supply chain consulting firms often hire entry-level consultants who have strong educational background and relevant experience. Apply for positions that match your skills and interests, and tailor your resume and cover letter to highlight your qualifications for the role. Remember that getting into supply chain consulting may take time and effort, but with the right skills and experience, you can build a successful career in this exciting field. Now, what are the ideal candidates for supply chain consulting? Typically, supply chain consulting firms look for candidates who possess a combination of technical, analytical, and interpersonal skills. Here are some key traits and qualifications that I have seen across the industry with colleagues and folks that I've worked with in consulting. Educational background, as I mentioned earlier as well, have a bachelor's or master's degree in a similar field. Ensure that you have technical skills which are really strong, which include strong quantitative and analytical skills, including proficiency in Excel, data analysis, and modeling. Experience with supply chain software such as SAP, Oracle, or JDA is also a plus. Interpersonal skills. Candidates should be able to work and collaborate with clients and team members, communicate effectively both orally and in writing, and demonstrate strong problem-solving skills and critical thinking skills. This includes building strong PowerPoint decks, also writing good emails. Industry knowledge. Supply chain consulting firms may prefer candidates with experience in a specific industry, such as manufacturing, retail, or healthcare. Having a specific experience doesn't stop you from getting into consulting. Moreover, it can help your case. Project management skills. Candidates who have experience in managing projects and leading teams may be preferred, as supply chain consulting often involves leading complex projects and working with cross-functional teams. Adaptability. Supply chain consulting firms also look for candidates who can adapt to changing project requirements and priorities, as well as changing client needs. Candidates should be able to quickly pivot and deliver the results with as less information as he can get. Overall, the ideal candidate for supply chain consulting firm is someone who can combine technical expertise with strong interpersonal skills, industry knowledge, and project management experience to deliver innovative solutions that drive business growth and improve overall supply chain performance. Now, one of the most asked questions that I get when I get messages on LinkedIn is, what are the typical questions that are asked in an interview for supply chain consulting? Or what have I noticed across the industry? Here are some typical interview questions for supply chain consulting roles. Tell us about your background and experience in supply chain consulting. How do you approach problem solving in context of supply chain management? Can you walk us through a project you led in a supply chain management role? How do you stay up to date with industry trends and advancement in supply chain technology? Can you give an example of how you worked collaboratively with a team to achieve a goal in supply chain management role? How would you approach a situation where a client supply chain is experiencing disruptions or delays? How do you manage and prioritize multiple projects at once? How do you balance the need for efficiency with the need for sustainability and ethical sourcing in supply chain management? Can you explain a complex supply chain concept or process to someone without a background in supply chain management? How do you handle a difficult or challenging client in a supply chain consulting role? These are questions designed to assess a candidate's technical knowledge, problem-solving skills, project management experience, and an ability to work effectively with clients and team members. It's important to prepare for these kind of questions by researching the company, reviewing the job descriptions, and practicing responses to common interview questions. Most of these answers can be found on the internet through a simple Google search. If not, try to reach out to some of your peers who might be in similar roles or to anyone in your network that you may find. So those were the three main topics that I wanted to cover into supply chain consulting. I hope that was informative. As I bring season 2 to a close, I would like to express my gratitude to all the listeners for tuning in and listening to each of these episodes and joining me on this journey. While this may be the final episode of Supply Chain Management with GDP Season 2, I hope that the conversations and topics explored here will continue to inspire you to think deeply and take action in your own lives and community. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey, and I hope to see you soon.